Thank you guys for coming back to another live broadcast. Whoa, technical difficulties there. Thank you guys for coming back to another live broadcast of Cobra TV. And if you are listening to this on Stitcher, please come by and check out the YouTube channel. Just type in Cobra TV and see the shiny new black and white logo that we have. We got some people pouring in right now. We got Roberto. How you doing, Roberto? Thank you for being first, man. And we got Hank Shake. Let's see. And we got Joshua. How you doing, guys? So glad you can come by. I would like to extend a personal thank you to everybody wishing me happy birthday on Facebook and on Twitter. There's so many. I'm inundated with how many happy birthday wishes there are that I cannot, I just can't respond to every single one of them. So thank you so much for everybody doing that. It really means a lot to me, and it's cheered me up. I've gotten a lot of happy birthday wishes today, and it's made my day. So thank you, everybody. So today's going to be, I'm sitting here. I took yesterday off. I didn't work on any videos. I didn't do any editing or anything like that. No research, no nothing. Took the day off and needed a little bit of a rest. And now I found myself in like, oh crap, I've got nothing to present today. And usually I would upload today. Sean, thank you so much for coming by. Abu and Anthony, thank you guys for coming by. So what we're going to do today, we're going to take calls. We're also going to be playing an interview. Oh my God, Crash Bandicoot, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, Crash. Means a lot to me, man. Thank you. Man, you guys know how to cheer a person up, man. Put a smile on my face. Guys are amazing. Best community on YouTube, period. So what we're going to do today is we're going to play an interview that I did with a developer who's making the game Smalland. Now I do have to, kind of stress that English is not his first language. So there's it was difficult for him to convey what he wanted to say in English. He did a great job, and I'm very proud of him. But I can understand that to a lot of people that it might be hard to listen to. But I told him in the interview, I'm like, I know one language and I can't even speak it very well. Okay. And he knows two. So I got to give him a thumbs up, 2 thumbs up for knowing how to speak English. So we're going to be playing that interview today. And Smalland, if you don't know, I'm going to be playing a trailer of it. And it's a game where you get shrunk down really teeny tiny and you get thrown out into the forest and you have to travel through the forest fighting ants and birds and squirrels. And it's multiplayer too. Thank you guys. I'm seeing more happy birthday wishes. Thank you so much, guys. You fight your way through the forest and you make it to your backyard. And then the journey's not over. So now you got to fight through your backyard. And the point of the game is to get to the house. And I think that's really cool. And so it's like, that's the goal, is to get to your house. Well, that's one of the goals, actually. So we're going to be playing that interview today. It's pre-recorded. While it's playing, I'm still going to be around. And I'm probably going to be in the chat, maybe. But I'll be back after that. And when we'll come back after the interview, we're going to go ahead and take calls. You can call in. You can talk about No Man's Sky, Star Citizen, Megaton Rainfall, anything that you want to bring up. Farming Simulator, WoW, anything, any game that you want to bring up. I want to know what your wheelhouse is. What makes you tick? And I want to hear about your favorite games. And things like that, and come on the show today and shout out to your YouTube channel. I love it when you guys do that. So if you want to get on the show, go ahead and message 1 now, and after the interview, guys, I'll start pulling people on the show. So we are going to go ahead and get into that. Let's see. We got Utopia. Thank you so much. Oh man, you guys are great. You really are. Infinite says happy birthday, Cobra. So cool. Okay, so yeah, man, I mean, I just want to reach out and have a good conversation with you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and play the trailer now, and after the trailer's done, I'm gonna go ahead and play the interview. So you're gonna see. Oh yeah, I want to mention why I'm not on camera. That's the other big thing I wanted to mention. Why I'm not on camera. For one, I'm in my underwear. No, I'm kidding. I'm not. We have computer problems, right? The PC, Sean Meowie. It's still that's still a problem. So whenever I am on camera, it looks like you're watching a foreign film because my mouth isn't matching up with the audio. And so that's a problem. So instead of looking like a foreign film, we're going to go ahead and do it like this for right now. But we're going to go ahead and play the trailer. And then following the trailer, it's about a 20-minute or a little bit more interview. And it's really cool. And I really hope you guys stick around and, kind of listen to what he has to say. Like I said, it's a little hard but to listen to, but it's a great game. I think it's not one of those games that are going to blow our minds like No Man's Sky or Star Citizen or anything like that. But it's a fun game to play, and I'm really excited. To kind of show you guys. Ray Rod, I want you to come on the show later, man, if you're free. I really do. I want to talk to Ray Rod. He's doing some amazing things with mods. Definitely a pioneer in our community. Definitely. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for wishing me happy birthday. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and play the trailer now. You're going to have to bear with me. I'm a one-man show, so I got all these things set up in OBS, and I forgot which ones were which. Okay, so oh, I also want to thank our Patreon supporters for this month, for everything that you guys have done. You guys are amazing, and I understand it's Christmas time. So the fact that you're still a Patreon supporter during these hard times and these special times during the holidays is unreal. And if anybody needs to stop being a Patreon for a little while because of the Christmas, the holidays and things like that, and by all means, please do so. Take care of your family, take care of your friends. Have a good holiday. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and play the trailer now. Let me see, which button was the trailer? Of course, if you're watching this on or listening to this on Stitcher, you're not going to be able to see the trailer, but you will be able to hear the interview here in a second. Okay, so let's see. Did that work? That didn't work. There we go. Okay. All right, so we're going to take off the Cobra TV logo. Well, that's not the Cobra TV logo. That's not the... Whoa. Okay, there's the Cobra TV logo, and temporarily we're going to take off the chat there so you guys can see this, and I'm just going to go ahead and play the trailer now. All right, so there we go. That was the trailer. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and play the interview now. Let me go ahead and get that off of there. And let's see. The next button that I would have to push would be... All right, guys, here's the interview, and I will be right back. I'm going to take a little bit of a break. Don't go anywhere. Call into the show after the interview's done. I want to hear from you guys. Like I said, this interview is about 20 minutes long, and I will see you guys when it's done. We have Ambra, and he is here to talk about his game, Smalland. And it is something that is truly amazing. You get shrunken down, and you have to... It's a survival game from what I see. And not only are you surviving in the game, but I believe from what I read, the NPCs, like the alien, no, I'm not aliens. Look at me. I've been covering too many space games. The insects and wildlife also have to obey by the same laws of survival. But we're going to go ahead and let him speak about it. How you doing, bud?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm doing great. Doing really great. So, before we get into this, let's have a little history. Have you worked on any games besides this one?
Actually, we haven't shared any game before, but we worked some of learning projects. Actually, this is our first serious project. We have some experience, of course, but
this is your first game together?
Yes, this is our first game. Very good,
very good. And the studio is so new that you guys don't even have a solid name yet, right?
Yeah.
Very good, very good. Okay, so how many people are working on Smallands? Is it Smallands or is it Smalland?
Smalland, actually.
Okay.
We are just a team of 2 people.
Okay.
I'm working on programming, art style, and other things, game designing, etc. My friend Burhan is working on 3D models, textures, and animations.
Okay.
He's doing his job really good, and we are working together. We started to develop this project together, and that's all.
Okay.
Do you want to know how to start this project?
Yes.
Yes. In January 2017, we were in Istanbul. Our flight was delayed, and we had to wait until the middle of the night. There is nothing to do except talking. So we talked about so many things, and we talked about Minecraft experience. Do you know Minecraft?
Right, yeah.
Yeah. We discussed about how survival games could be better, which features we like and we don't like, and how can we make them good. So while we were talking, I saw a picture in DeviantArt.
Okay.
In this picture, there were 2 fairies, actually 4 fairies, but 2 fairies were riding bird. And this picture really inspirational, and we found the idea. So we started to work on the game with Unreal Engine.
Awesome. Yeah, and as far as doing, improving on the survival, you've got some pretty interesting things going on with survival, such as, we'll get into them later, but like the wind and a simple rain could make your game very dangerous for you, like a little rain in a little puddle. But we'll get into that real quick, though. Before we go any further, we should have done this at the beginning, but tell everybody a brief, description on what Smalland is.
Okay. Smalland is a survival game that you shrunk down to the size of tiny animals. You have to survive among these giant animals and protect yourself from huge raindrops, build your buildings that can survive against strong winds, because you are small and winds can be really dangerous. So you have to think about that before you build something or do something. Right. And we have an ecosystem, so you have to defend your food and your home from hungry ant colonies, because they are just surviving like you. So they can steal your food. They can attack your building. That kind of game, actually.
Right. So pretty much you get shrunken down and you have to survive in something as simple as a backyard, but everything is a danger that normally wouldn't be, like a puddle. A calm summer breeze could be very devastating. Ants, I mean, the list goes on. And so what intrigued me the most is one of the things I've seen is that even the NPCs, like the insects and the animals, they are also using the same mechanics to survive as you are. They're not just there just to attack when they see you. They're actually out surviving as well. Am I right on that?
Yes.
Explain that a little bit more real quick.
I talked about ants. For example, every ant colony has a life circle. They have to find food. They have to bring these food into their colonies. So when you do something in game, you can see them. They have to survive. Ants, bees, and other animals like rabbits or squirrels. They have their own life circle, and they can be hungry. They can hunt you and other animals. So if you don't do anything in the world of Smalland, animals have to survive.
Right.
Life goes on in this world. So
that's very amazing.
You have to survive as a tiny human in this world, and you have to get to the top of the food chain, and you have to protect yourself from these animals. They are not just animals or NPCs.
Right.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. On your website, it says a strong ecosystem. One of the most powerful features is having the really strong ecosystem. Animals have to survive just like you. They have to find a place and food, and sometimes they become really dangerous for you. Ants can steal your items, and you could be a meal for rabbits. Animals can kill each other. Wow. And it may lead to an increase in animal populations. Whoa. For now, we haven't implemented it for every animal yet, but we will.
Yes.
And the weather system here says in Smalland, the weather is more than just a feature, as the weather conditions directly determine the behavior of the animals. And the rain can turn the terrain into a pond. Weather conditions are important elements that you have to be really careful.
Yes.
So that is great. I mean, you are really going in depth with the survival. I think more than I've seen in a lot of games.
Yeah, it's like a simulation games in some ways. We don't want to see just a survival game that you just find food, have a pet. We want to how can I say? We want every animal, every thing in the world. They have to part of the life circle. They have to fight just like you, survive just like you. It shouldn't be pointless.
Right.
Everything we put in the world, it's important for gameplay.
Right. Everything's there for a reason. Everything's doing something for a reason. Okay.
Yes.
So how long has this game been in development so far?
We started to work on in January, So we finished some of features, but there's a long way to finish the game.
Okay.
And share a demo. We want to share a demo for players. Actually, I can say late 2018, the game can be finished.
Okay, so we're looking at a release date, possible release date at the end of 2018.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
good
it
to know.
Depends on the Indiegogo campaign situation. If we will be successful, it
right. Yeah.
depends on the campaign.
We'll see. We'll start getting into the Indiegogo campaign here in a second. So tell me everything you can about game features. Like, one of the things coming to my mind is how big is the map? Is it a big map, or is it a small confined map? What are we talking about in terms of size?
It's a big map. Actually, it takes 20 minutes to walk from one side of the map to the other. Is it correct?
So that's pretty big. I mean, considering that you're going to have things to keep you distracted while you're getting there. So essentially, it could probably take you a little bit longer. I'm curious to know the setting. Is this like out in the woods, or are we going to come across, a lawnmower that somebody left in the yard, and maybe the house pet, like the cat or the dog, come chasing after us? What's the setting?
Both of them.
Both.
Yes.
Ooh, that's very interesting. Very interesting. So are we going to see things like lawnmowers and toys laying out in the yard, or maybe like the trash or something? And
yes, you can see.
Really? That's interesting. Very interesting.
But you are far away from the house. Actually, you have to reach this house. It's your target.
Do?
You are in the forest in the beginning.
So one of the goals is to reach the house.
Yes.
Ooh, that's very interesting. I like that. Are you able to enter the house?
Yes, but we didn't create the house yet.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's still in development. Yeah. Man, I'm pretty excited about this. This is pretty cool. I didn't know all that.
Thank you. So,
can you tell me about the art design and the soundtrack? Let's start with the art design. You're doing the art design, correct?
Yes.
Okay, where are you getting your inspirations from for the art? And tell me a bit about the process of creating that art.
When I designed the graphics, I watched Overwatch's Last Bastion short video. Did you see this video?
Last Bastion?
Yes.
Okay.
I saw this video, and I liked the colors in this video. So if you check our forest scene in our screenshots, you can see these colors. But we also watch some of animation movies. And I played Firewatch. I like Firewatch's art style.
Yes, very beautiful.
We combine all of them, and we create this art style. We didn't want to make a realistic game. Actually, it would be hard, and it's not good for our project, because we don't want to make a realistic game. So we want to use stylized graphics.
Yes, and it's not always necessary to make a realistic looking game. I mean, you look at No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is a beautiful game, but by far realistic.
Yes.
And do you guys know anything about the soundtrack yet?
Actually, we didn't do anything about soundtracks.
Okay, so you haven't gotten that far yet.
Yes.
Okay.
Float system, actually. when it rains for a time, low or pitch surface can be flooded. If you built your house on some of the low surface, or you forgot to put the roof and it's raining, you can lose your house, your items, and etc. How much it will damage depends on rain type and how long it happens. So flood could be really dangerous in the game.
And also, you guys have a feature to where the wind can also blow your house away.
Yes. But we didn't finish it yet.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You know, the game's in development. You guys have a whole nother year, pretty much, to work on the game. So the wind is definitely an issue. Raining is definitely an issue. Watching out for animals such as ants and squirrels. And do we know yet, or is it too early? I mean, this obviously is going to be a PC game. But do we know if it's going to come out on consoles at all? Or, I mean, is it too far away to even think that?
I really want to see this game in consoles, of course. I have one, but we are a small team and we must focus on the game itself. So for first release, we can't create a console version of this game.
All right. So it's definitely something that you want to see happen, but just right now it's concentrate on the PC portion of the game and get it released for PC first, and then go from there.
Yes.
Gotcha. And one of the things I like to do is I like to talk about, there's a certain topic that I find when interviewing developers, they just love to talk about this. And a lot of interviewers don't do this for people, in interviews, is talk about the difficulties. What's the hardest thing about making your game? What problems have you ran into? Like, what are the frustrations? Just things that are really difficult for you.
Weather system is pretty complex in our project.
Okay.
Because it affects everything in the world. It's our main idea. We want to make this feature great, and weather system is affect everything in the world. So you have to deal with everything its effect. So it's the hardest thing we are working on, and it's not finished yet. We have to finish this, and there is a huge way to finish weather system because it's really complex.
Right. So that's pretty much like the backbone of the game. The weather system needs to be there because it's
every detail, every actor in the world is part of the weather system, because we have to calculate all of these details. This is really hard, and of course we are a small team, and it's hard to check all the mistakes.
Right. This is a far-off question, but is the PC, when you release this on PC, is there going to be any way for friends to connect and play together, survive together?
Do you mean can we play this game
in co-op?
Co-op, yes.
Yeah.
Co-op will be available, of course, because playing with your friends would be really fun. So we want to add multiplayer support, and we will do this, of course.
Okay.
But for demo version of the game, we may not add multiplayer support, but for beta version, we will add multiplayer support.
Ooh, that sounds good. Very fun. And I you know how cool this would be, surviving with somebody, being holed down in the house, and you got a whole army of fire ants outside, and you're trying to kill them.
Yes.
Let's talk about the Indiegogo. Let's talk about supporting the game project here.
We will start the Indiegogo campaign.
Okay.
Because we don't have any budget, we are developing this game with our money. Actually, we suspend our campaign until we reach more people. So we won't start our campaign for now.
Okay, so you need to reach a broader audience before you can actually launch the campaign.
Yes, because we want to start just one campaign.
Okay, so we'll see if we could actually, hopefully, get some people to pay attention to that and see if we can help you get your campaign started. So what are are you going to have stretch goals or anything like that for your campaign?
Yes, we prepare the goals, of course. If our campaign will be successful, we will finish our features, and we will finish all the features until late 2018.
Okay.
And if the people support us beyond the project's goal, we have other goals like tunneling, digging into terrain, and realistic fluid dynamics, and AI settlements, seasons, but they are not our main goals. If the campaign will be successful, then people support us beyond the project's goal, we can add these features.
Okay. Well, very awesome. And I hope it does. I really want to play this.
Yeah, I will send you the demo.
Okay, great. Awesome. So you were talking about a new trailer soon.
Yes.
When are we going to be able to see that?
Can you say it again?
When are we going to get a chance to see the new trailer?
You can see it now.
It's
I uploaded to YouTube, but I didn't share it.
Oh, you haven't made it public?
Yes, I didn't make it public.
Ooh, do send me the link. And when does the rest of the world get to see it?
I'm not sure. We can share it in a week or 2 weeks.
Okay.
But this video was about Indiegogo campaign, but we don't start our campaign. So before I share this video, I will change something in the video because I put a text for Indiegogo campaign.
Right.
I have to remove it.
Okay, gotcha. So
Yes.
how can people help you right now before the campaign launches?
Yes. Okay. They can follow our social media. They can join our Discord group and share their ideas.
Okay.
And we have a Google Wallet option. If they want to support us, they can use Google Wallet. We put some information about this in our website.
Okay.
They can make a noise about our project.
Okay. And if you could do me a favor and send me every link possible so I can put it in the video.
Okay.
Okay. The Discord invite, the everything. And okay. So is there anything that we didn't talk about that you would like to bring up before we end the call here?
Thank you for taking your time. We are working hard on this project, and we need your help. So we want to make a really good game that we want to actually play it. So thank you for this interview.
No problem, man. Thank you for coming on the show. And whenever you want, you can jump on. If you got some update that you would like to get out there, some news or something you want to tell people about your game, just send me a message saying, "Hey, Cobra, I want to get on the show." And
okay.
I'll set the time aside and come right on, and we'll just have a good time talking. We'll talk about your game. We'll talk about playing games we played in the past. You know what I mean? We'll just have a good time. And I look forward to talking to you in the future.
Yes, before that I try to improve my English. it's really hard.
Hey, look, I always tell people, because I interview a lot of people from overseas, and some of them, they don't think they speak very good English, but I'm going to say this. I only speak one language. You speak two. All right? So you, as far as I'm concerned, you got one up on me. You're better. You got two languages under your belt. I could barely speak English correctly.
Yeah, thank you.
So it's good, man. Very good. You did a great job. Great job. Okay, Ambra, it's been so much fun having you on the show, and I'm super excited to get shrunken down and survive and fight my way through ants and spiders and, go through the yard and fight the house cat, maybe run away from a dog and, get to the house and everything. It sounds super fun, and the weather elements and just everything just sounds so amazing. I want to thank you for coming on the show and taking your busy time, because I know you got to be busy developing this game and all, to come on the show and tell me about your amazing game and some, just talk about the features and everything. And I'll leave all your links down below, and hopefully people go and check this project out. And whenever you get your campaign launched, I'd like to have you come back on.
Okay, thank you. I will definitely do that.
Okay, great.
And I will definitely send the demo when it's ready.
Very amazing. I look forward to it very much.
Okay.
All right, buddy.
Before the game, I can give you some case for your subscribers, so you can give them.
Oh, some keys. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'll be great. Yeah.
But there's a huge way to do this.
A huge wait?
In late 2018. First,
we
need to finish our project before we links.
Oh, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of games we're all waiting for, so adding one more wait to the list, nothing. We're used to it. Okay, buddy. You take care, man. And again, thank you for coming on.
Okay, thank you.
All right, guys. So that's the interview. Really interesting game. And I can't wait to play it. I mean, yeah, it's pretty far away. What you were saying was really early footage they put together. So Smalland. I've been dying to get that interview on YouTube, and yeah, I mean, it looks interesting. It's very creative, and I've seen a couple comments there talking about Honey, I Shrunk the Kids adaptation. Yeah, I totally agree with that. We're going to take some callers, so there's really no topics that we have on the table, except for, there was this article, and I was going to do an unlisted video. It's a show that I have where I don't make them public, but I don't hide the links when I, tweet them out on Twitter and Facebook and things like that. It's a show called Unlisted. And I was going to talk about an article that featured Martin Boyd, who was a No Man's Sky player building fast food restaurants in No Man's Sky. And the article just, it really upset me. I'm going to see if I can pull it up. And the reason why it upset me is because how cool is it to get featured in an article? And this was by PC Gamer. How cool is it to get into an article and someone's talking about you and your achievements and things like that, and then come to find out that they're actually using you to bash a video game. I mean, I don't understand if some of these news media sites have realized yet that the No Man's Sky community, it's had a major turnaround. The reviews on the Steam, they're up. They're on the rise. I mean, it's such a comeback, and I think the general opinion of No Man's Sky has completely turned around. And I think some of these authors, this one, Stephen Messner, Stephen Messner, he doesn't really realize he's not in tune and connect with actual communities out there, and doesn't realize that, yeah, a lot of these have completely turned around. As far as general opinion. But the article starts out, there is something painfully sad about a man building everything from a strip club to a Taco Bell in a video game where no one will ever interact with them. That's not true. I mean, you can now get with other players. But such is a path that YouTuber Boyd Gaming has embarked upon, a path to fill his No Man's Sky galaxy full of empty KFCs, empty McDonald's, and yes, even a monolithic Pepsi can. This dude loves brands. I wish I could understand what motivation there is for such an endeavor, but I can only guess that Boyd Gaming, after getting to the center of No Man's Sky's galaxy and realizing there is no meaning or purpose, has absolutely gone mad. There's where I kind of stopped. I don't know if this guy's just trying to be funny, but it's disrespect to Martin Boyd. It really is. I mean, if you're not going to say anything nice, don't say anything at all. There's been a couple other articles that came out that kind of did it better justice, talking about Boyd Gaming and his fast food restaurants, which are really amazing. They are totally amazing. Let me see if I can put some of no, I can't. Well, maybe I can. Let me see. Put some of this up on the screen here. Nope, it's just not going to work for me right now. But yeah, I mean, just it's disrespectful. Really is. I mean, why? Why do that? So big shout out to Martin Boyd for all of his hard work. No cam today because our PC is still a mess. And every time I'm on cam here lately, it looks like I'm a foreign film. The mouth isn't mashing up to the audio or anything like that. So yeah, I'm not on cam today. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get some callers on. So if you want to come on the show, just send me a message on Skype. Send the number 1. So that way I know you want to come on the show. Some people are like, they like to chat during the show. So if you send me the number 1, I know that you want to come on. So we're going to get Panda. Panda's going to come on. And Panda was just recently retweeted by Hello Games. That was pretty cool. If he's still around. Panda, how you doing, buddy?
What's going on, Cobra?
Hey, nothing much, man. Congratulations on getting retweeted by Hello Games.
Dude, I was so stoked to see that, and then you featured it in your video, and I felt like a famous person for a second. It was pretty awesome, so thank you.
Yeah, man. Hey, no problem, dude. It's got to feel good, man. Getting retweeted by Hello Games, and it was such an amazing picture, too.
I didn't really think of that, like, when I posted it. I thought that, like, it kind of captured the essence of the game, and I was like, that's pretty cool, and I posted it. And normally when I put things on Twitter, I get like 10, 15 likes, like maybe a retweet. That thing actually went kind of wild. And I think it taps into something with people, but it is a pretty cool photo. I didn't think it'd really get retweeted by Hello Games, but I'm glad that it did.
I am too. I really am. I've been playing a lot of games and here lately, including some No Man's Sky. But the thing is, I was thinking about something. I can't remember what game I was playing. Hardly any of the other games that I've been playing have been the types of games that you go, oh my God, that is awesome. I want to take a screenshot. Hardly any games except for No Man's Sky. I mean, there's some out there. Don't get me wrong. I mean, my kids play Minecraft. There's even some scenes that I see in Minecraft that are just like, wow, take a screenshot of that.
Yeah, there's nothing I'm playing right now that like evokes that at all. Like the other day when I played, I probably took maybe close to 45 screenshots, and I took so many, like I had to make a video about it. I was like, there's way too many of these that they're not going to like go anywhere, so I've got to do something with them. But most of the time I was playing the game, I was actually just setting myself up to take really cool screenshots, and there's no other game like that I play.
Right. Totally, man. I mean, some games do have, it's like, that would make a kind of cool screenshot, but No Man's Sky is full of imagery that would make you want to take a screenshot and get it printed out and frame it.
I actually have it. I have some of them that I alternate as the wallpaper on my PC. And I've been thinking about like getting mouse pads made, like custom mouse pads made of different screenshots. Like I see that that's a thing that like a lot of people do, that they'll have like custom vinyls for their laptop covers or cell phones, like made of like their No Man's Sky screenshots.
Right.
Which is pretty cool. I don't quite really see that with anything, but I was thinking about doing some of that too, because I'm a super fan.
Yeah. And what's really cool is if you had it hanging in the office and a coworker walked by and they probably comment on it because it's so beautiful. But the thing is, they probably wouldn't even know what it was, where it came from. Just a awesome sci-fi landscape.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I work from home, but people that have just been in my house or guests, like they've seen my wallpapers or they've seen me playing the game, and they've stopped and been like, what is that? What are you playing? And I even had a friend sit down for about 25 minutes and just watch me fly from space onto a planet, land and walk around and go explore a cave. And he was blown away. So even people that don't even know like what it is,
right,
they're intrigued by it. You know, it's I think it's one of the more beautiful games out there. I don't get that feeling with like Elite Dangerous, for example. You know, I mean, it's pretty, but it doesn't inspire the same feeling or emotion that I get when I play No Man's Sky.
Exactly. We're Panda, we're gonna add Rayrod to the call here. You know, you remember Rayrod? Yeah. Let's see here. He's got a lot going on, man. He has got a lot.
His last thing that he did with the freighters, you can pilot the freighters in his last mod. Oh yeah. I watched that video. It made me so jealous. I didn't have a PC. I was like looking in my bank account. I was like, can I buy a computer right now? I was like freaking out.
Yeah. I mean, this guy, he works almost every waking hour on building mods for No Man's Sky. Rayrod, if you can hear me, man, I'm trying to add you to the call, buddy. But he spends so much time, and he's really getting nothing out of building these mods. I mean, he's not getting paid for it.
He needs to move to Guildford, England. No Man's Sky's hiring for VFX artists and general artists, and you know, I don't see how this guy couldn't get a job doing this. I mean, some of these mods, they run so clean from what I've seen in the videos on the game that it's like why isn't the game already like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And why wouldn't Hello Games be able to hire this guy from where he lives anyway? I mean, it seems like wasting such an opportunity to not hire him based on not being able to be in Guildford.
I agree. If Hello Games watches your videos, like I hope they see this and then like they just get riddled with guilt that like they're not paying Rayrod to come up with some of this stuff.
No, I know, man. Yeah, I and he's got a little bit of a lot. I mean, this guy's sitting there working, and there's a lot of people, not a lot of people, just a couple bad apples that are trying to ruin this guy and saying that he's copying other people's mods and things like that. So I kind of wanted to give him a place to, kind of say his piece.
Yeah,
go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I don't know anything about that, but one thing I've learned about the No Man's Sky community is that this community is all about togetherness. And the people that like this game are generally the same type of person and all get along together. And so the guys putting out free content and bringing attention into the game, and whoever out there is dogging them, they just need to switch that around and help get it out there, because all it's doing is just growing the community and drawing more attention to the game we all love. So, I mean, that's my 2 cents on it.
Yeah, I totally agree. Rayrod just recently started working on a mod that is implementing ships from like other games. So like Star Citizen ships and other types of, not Star Citizen. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. But like he's getting like 3D models and he's just putting that right into the game. So I some really amazing ships. I've seen a bunch, but I don't know what games they're from.
Oh, wow. I want to see, like, if it's not already out there, like, I want to see, like, Star Wars ships in the game. Like, I want an Imperial Star Destroyer as a freighter, and I want to have, like, TIE fighters and X-Wings and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah. What I would like to see is the Star Trek Enterprise, not being able to land it on the planet, but, like, use it as a freighter.
Oh, that would be cool. They have ships in No Man's Sky that kind of look like that a little bit.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
Okay, so Rayrod's having a little bit of trouble trying to get on the show here. He's got to update his Skype, and then he's going to come back on for a little while. What do you think this next update's going to hit? My guess is going to be after the new year.
That's kind of where I'm at with it. A lot of people were hoping it'd be before the end of November. I'm thinking that it's going to fall somewhere between Christmas and shortly after New Year, or at New Year. So, right. I think we're going to get it at the end of the next month. I don't think it's going to come at all in December. I'm not so sure they're going to do an ARG this time around. It seems like they're cutting it too close to kick an ARG off.
Yeah. And a lot of us were like, well, Emily said she was going to be back, that we'd see her again. But if you think about that statement, she's the Atlas. So as soon as we got it, we pretty much saw her then, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's basically true. My buddy Hidden Jew Agenda also had a pretty cool theory, is that if the next update is predominantly like multiplayer related and we're getting a lot of multiplayer features and things like that, and they're enhancing multiplayer, that the next phase of the ARG may be in the multiplayer aspects of the game potentially. And I thought that was kind of a cool idea. Even if it's not true, that's pretty cool to think about as one way of implementing an ARG.
Right.
So
those Atlas passes,
it could be that we get 1.4. Yeah, where are those?
Oh, I don't know. I really don't know. But I tell you this much: I guarantee you, they're part of the update. They work in conjunction with the update because of them waiting so long to ship them. I think they're planning the shipment with the next update.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I just put on my tinfoil helmet. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's got to be, man. Because I don't know. I can't think of any other explanation.
I know, and I'm like, what do I need to do to get this thing? Like, do I need to do an over-the-shoulder like picture of like me sobbing over a picture of an Atlas Pass level 4 and send it to Hello Games so I can encourage them to send it? But maybe they forgot about me. I don't know. But it coming with the update, that's actually a pretty sweet idea I've not considered yet.
Right. We got Rayrod. Are you on the call, buddy?
Rayrod?
Rayrod.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, your mic is really, really low.
Okay, how about now?
A little bit better.
And now?
It's about the same. If you go into tools, you could turn up your mic.
Okay. Is it any better right now?
Oh, it's better.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, cool.
So how you doing, buddy?
drama, but overall, I'm doing well, man. How about you?
I'm doing good, man. I got to work tonight, but that's looming over my head. I'm not looking forward to that. But
Man, work on your birthday?
yeah, I know that sucks. And oh yeah, I want to give it another thank you. There's been some people that came out and wished me happy birthday after I've thanked everybody. So I want to thank everybody again for doing that. Really cheered me up. So yeah, I mean, yeah, you're dealing with a lot, man. You're dealing with a bunch of stuff. First of all, tell. I want to talk about your overhaul mod.
Oh yeah. So the first thing I just want to clarify something. I have been doing ships. Like I made a drone pilotable, and I also made freighters pilotable. But a lot of the custom ships are actually the work of my friend Krem and I. He is converting specific open source ships with permission, and we're converting it to No Man's Sky format, and I'm also taking part in creating it into the base build menu, and creating custom icons and details and making sure that things function the way that it does. But my friend Krem, he and I are doing a lot of the ships together, so I just wanted to give him a shout out for that.
Oh yeah, big shout out to Krem, man.
Yeah.
Both of you guys are doing a lot of great work.
Yeah, I have a list of some of the things that I've done for the version 10 beta so far that I hope to get uploaded once I polish a few things up.
Okay.
Let me just, yeah, I got it. 1 second. So these are just some of the things that are to be expected. So some of the things are a visual overhaul, greatly improved terrain level of detail settings. The grainy fade-in has been adjusted and also reduced as a compromise between grain and pop-in. The game doesn't pop in, but the generation is a lot more subtle. Higher quality shadows, higher quality reflections. I added E3 style height fog plus a subtle E3 style space fog with multicolored clouds. There's a more intense E3 style weather and storms across all biomes, major fog adjustments, major height fog adjustments, major depth of field in-game adjustments, major opacity and speed adjustments, and other things in relevancy to the kind of storm. So like if you're in-game and there's a low storm, you're going to notice a huge difference, but as the more that it intensifies, you're going to be able to see a lot more. Like, let's say there's a very intense storm. There's going to be a strong depth of field, a lot of fog, a lot of smoke. You may not be able to see what's in front of you. It's just going to feel really immersive. I did a lot of changes to the color palettes, to the grass, to leaves, to metal, to plants, to the sky. And now some biomes can have an infinite variety of colors with new additional expanded color palettes. The default palettes will be in there from the original Atlas Rises game, but all of the color palettes from every single version of the game from 2016 alternate ones, I remade E3 palettes from official Hello Games E3 files. And then the Atlas Rises, Pathfinder, all of that. And also custom palettes that my friend Monkey Man helped me to make, which allows an infinite amount of color possibilities per biome, which will compromise multi-weather. So there could be thick swamp fog and unused weather, like from Fletia in that old footage with Sean Murray and Steve Colbert. They had like this rain drizzling down in slow motion in this swampy like planet. Like you could mix that up with fog on a barren planet, like, or even for that spooky biome that I made. A few other things. I did GLSL shader mods. One of them, my friend LO2K helped me with. I made cloud slightly more transparent, higher resolution cloud noise, distant planet color adjustments. I made adjustments to global coloring. It's now less red. Landscape fog, slight reduction, made skies even more clean than before, adjusted rim lighting, more level of detail adjustments so you can see the planets further away and the continents look more realistic and it should be more accurate. Subtle nebulae. New transparent, clean binocular UI, so it's a different look. I did an Instagram filter removal shader in a different way. I greatly increased E3 styled shaders, depth of field, Gaussian blur, and created custom lens flare effects. There's also been terrain adjustments in the shaders. I increased the internal FXAA anti-aliasing sub-pixel count inside of the shaders for the game engine. The core mod also contains a version of space that I altered, which is dark, but not fully black, and has space clouds that are multicolored and also nebulae. And Space Dream by my friend LO2K is also compatible. There's E3 style glowing cubes that you saw in old concept art that visibly glow slightly longer and also glow underground, where you can see them easier. There's fog adjustments. I configured HD cockpit screens. There's an infinite variety of terrain now. I basically rewrote the game's terrain from front to back to beginning to end, about 700,000 lines to get it right. I didn't add those lines to it, but I edited it over and over and over again until I could ensure consistency in an infinite variety of terrain, so that there's pretty much the original terrain in the game that's still there, but in different percentages, there's pretty much crazy stuff, you know, like it's just really diverse, and I don't really want to like get into detail about it. I'd rather let people be surprised. And it's also only a 148 megabyte download now. It's went from 2 gigabytes, which used to be a lot, to 148 megabytes. I added snow textures to some trees on snow biomes. I added a teleporter to the base build menu. You can now land at nearly every angle in your ship. You can now land at any height, smoother entering ship transition from the atmosphere to the planets. There's a translucent cockpit glass. Drop ship balls on shuttles can now scroll. Charging your shield with iron is now also an option. Charging your life support with carbon is now an option, similar to 2016. When the game first released. You can charge your launch thrusters with carbon as an option. Creative mode now only starts you off with custom tech that adds infinite sprint and infinite jetpacking, but it's optional, but it's there to accommodate exploration in creative mode only. But you can also start off with all hyperdrives and no damage tech now on creative mode to kind of save you time if you prefer. There's a more visible and modernized classic E3 HUD. I basically recreated the HUD from the 2015 trailer with a new Eridu, like that trailer where there was the beach. The space activity has been overhauled. It's a lot more busier. Like, you know, you can pilot freighters, of course. Well, you can have your own custom freighter. I didn't do any other freighters yet. There's more intense space battles, more intense pirates, more intelligent AI ships, more intelligent robots, E3 freighter models. Redmus and I have done similar things, and he also makes some really cool mods. He's Space Pirate TV. I saw him comment here. Just wanted to.
Oh yeah, he's in the chat.
Yeah, he is. And I just want to say that my goal inspiration has been a cross between E3 style nostalgia with a modern vibe, but linked to the initial game's aesthetic with a few rare exceptions, to not stray away from the original game's intended lore and style, and to not break the original No Man's Sky vibe, but to attempt to enhance the game in nearly every way while keeping it close to vanilla as possible. And I just want to say, you know, like a lot of you here, I really appreciate Hello Games, and they have true dedication to their community. They've done so much for us. You can expect 1,100 handcrafted procedural biomes with rules and algorithms, including the original biomes in the game. And there's a lot more to it. Custom starship swapper in the base build menu that you can flip open and choose all of these custom ships that you were describing earlier, and there's an ecology overhaul. All of the creature animations have been redone. They have their own scales and sizes and movement speeds. All creatures are now feedable and scannable. I managed to feed a fish in the game the other day. All creatures are split into several variations, uncommon, rare, and common. I'm working on the Araya 5 creatures, where like the rainforest rodents, butterflies, glowbugs, diplos, rhinos, still trying to get them to knock down trees. That's a tough thing to finish. There's underwater has been completely redone. Mountain quadrupeds, biome-specific robots at times, mountain prehistoric creatures. The Araya V creatures, the rhinos can roar. Caves can be more dangerous. Chances of spiders, rare drones, rare quadrupeds. More underwater life. Adjusted life chances again to prevent an overwhelming amount of creatures. So that exploring and finding creatures kind of feels like there's a purpose to it. Like you don't see everything all the time everywhere, but when you do find it, those moments are special. And there's been damage adjustments to allow the game to be a bit more challenging at times in relevancy to the mode that you're on. I've been calculating certain object mesh geometrics in order to add collisions to those objects in the game, and also linking them to custom entity files so that basically there's a lot of unused objects by Hello Games and also utilized in some other mods. They're in-game assets, but those other mods, they don't have collisions. You basically walk through them. Well, I've been calculating the geometrics of those objects in the geometry files and adding appropriate collisions to stuff like E3 crystals and certain flora, so that you don't clip phase through them anymore, and you can also scan them. You can also shoot them and mine them, and depending upon their size, it may take longer or a little to mine. And it also gives you different resource rewards, and they're all different depending on what it is. And you can discover them with your visor, and those are just a few things. And I'm also working on sandworms. I already assembled a sandworm. I believe that's similar to the E3 trailer, and I'm thinking of ways on how I can implement it into a specific biome. I recreated and also converted certain biomes from IGN footage and from actual E3 trailer footage. So far, I did Yavil from IGN footage, and I did Bellari 5 from IGN footage. I did Shugas, Uomi, however you pronounce that, from the E3 footage with Sean Murray on stage. And they're identical. Every version of No Man's Sky is in here that ever existed and more. And there's a few people that are in the additional credits. There's a few people who gave me permission to include their stuff. LO2K, Krem, Redmiss, who is Space Pirate TV, Shidak, Winder TP, Darkanizer, Willie the Seal Stroker, and Monkeyman192. And there's a few beta testers I want to point out. Cody Roesch, sorry if I pronounce your name wrong, Louis A. Figueroa, Charles Antoine Valois, Cyber Cyrus, or Cyrus James Khan. He's a moderator in the group. You know him, Cobra, right?
Right, yep.
Oppressor 11, Accelerate Salo, Totally Not Wants, Me Trasher, Jason Hashna Wawash, Maxwell IB, Expand, Nixera. That's pretty much it. Just wanted to point that out. Those are things. There's a lot more coming, and I'm also trying to get third-person player characters working next.
Oh my gosh!
I might have to code that in C++, though. I'm not completely sure.
Well, you got me speechless, dude. Speechless, and I'm sure Panda's over here like speechless as well. Wow.
And Panda ain't never speechless.
Well, I am. We got a donation from Jason Edwards. Thank you so much, buddy. You're a co-bro. I've seen a lot of comments in the chat room, Ray Rod, where everyone was, Natalie said that you were actually Sean Murray using a voice changer or something like that. Man, dude. Panda, what do you think about all that?
Man, it's so much to take in. That's so crazy. I've got a question for you, Ray Rod.
Yeah, what's up?
Well, why is it, do you think, that a lot of this stuff that you're doing and a lot of these unused assets that are in the game, why are they still there? And why isn't this something that Hello Games hasn't already done?
I mean, I honestly, I'm clueless. A lot of ideas change. I know that developers, like a lot of ideas change. It seems like Hello Games wanted to aim for a completely new and different look. A lot of the things in here, they were used for testing But then there's some things that I just don't know. I would love to see it, like those crystals, like, you know, those giant crystals that I think they're also in the Portal trailer, and some other things. Like, a lot of these planets look beautiful. I don't know if I should say this, but I have the PS4 build dumped on my PC, and I'm working on being able to access the file system of the PS4 build. I'm not saying that it's going to be modifiable on PS4 because that requires an exploited PS4 or a jailbreak, which isn't even around right now, or there's a low-key one that one of my friends has, but that's not going to be shared anytime soon as far as I know. But I was looking at some of the files on the PS4 build on my PC, and one of the reasons why I'm curious about this is for the reason that there are some files referenced on PC that only exist on the PS4 build. I did bring a few PS4 release candidate 1 vanilla 1.0 No Man's Sky features back. The version when you delete all the updates. One of them was that police ships could actually enter into stations. Well, with the mod, you can see police ships enter stations. There's freighters that can warp into planets and fly into planets. I'm still working on getting planetary battle working. I'm hoping I can get that working properly. But the other day, I was on a planet and a freighter just flew by, and there were a police ship flying by, and there's more intense battles and this and that.
That's amazing. I would like to point out to people watching the show here that my computer's a little bit messed up, so that's why it's glitching a little bit when I'm trying to play one of Ray Rod's videos. But if you go to his YouTube channel, it is super smooth. So that's on my end right there. But yeah, man, great work. So I would like you to also have the chance to kind of voice your opinion about what's going on, if you wanted to go into that.
Well, there's some misconceptions, going on. Like, there's a few people, basically, like, basically 95% of everything in this overhaul is my work, my time, all of my effort, all of my original ideas being locked away, just doing my thing with over 3,100 hours of work since 2016. I've been here since the beginning, like a lot of other people, but there are some people who just don't like me, and they will say anything that they can that comes to their mind to discredit me, to mislead others, to confuse people, and they'll take bits and pieces of what I'm saying and completely twist it out of context to make me look bad. I've already been banned from one place. I might be banned from another, but regardless, I don't need to be around other people. I don't need to be on Discord. I don't need to be on any modding forum site to do what I do, because everything that I do is in my head, in my own knowledge, from my own studying of the files. I've scoured through over 11,000 files, and I know exactly what I'm doing. And I do what I do solely out of passion for No Man's Sky. Not for cream, not for fame, not for attention, not for titles, not for any of that. I just really love this game, and I appreciate everything that Hello Games has done for us, and I have a vision for this game. I am working on bringing those trailers back to life and reworking it for the scale of the procedural universe, because those E3 planets, they were custom scenes. In other words, Hello Games created planets, and they would load up those planets, but it wasn't really on the scale of the entire galaxy. They had custom planets, beautiful ones that they designed. However, what I'm doing is I'm taking it further. I'm reworking everything so that I'm trying to get the entire in-game universe consistent. And that's never been done before. I converted every single version of No Man's Sky to Atlas Rises format and combined everything into one. There's a lot of things in here, and there's a lot of confusion and this and that. I forgive them. I don't have anything against them. I would like it if they would just leave me alone and let me do my thing, But other than that, I mean, it's on them. Those who know me truly, those who know me very well, they know that, I don't take other people's stuff. I have no interest in that. I have no need for that, And it's gone from people claiming, well, really two people, but I don't want to say any names, but it's really gone from claiming that I took something to that not even being verifiable, which it's not because it never happened, and to all the way to I took their idea. But what about the 30 or 40 spaceflight mods? What about the space shader mods, the 5 or 6 of them that do the same thing? What about the 2 awesome flashlight mods? You know, like, did they all copy each other? No, they didn't. They just had similar ideas. That's really it's really like a thing that happens in any mod community. Some people, they have similar desires. They like things a different way. They have their own ideas and this and that, and it just happens. It doesn't automatically mean that you stole something. Like, on my behalf, I really have been just locked away trying to make No Man's Sky the game that I want it to be, without external ideas, without looking in anyone else's stuff. Just me. I unpacked the game. I looked through the files. I studied it, you know, and I've looked through the XMLs. I've looked through the executable and the memory. I've been doing things in C++. Most of my overhaul is actually made in a hex editor without doing what, you know, things in the generic way that a lot of people do. And other than that, you know, it's just, you know, I'm just going to keep doing me regardless of what happens.
Right. Yeah, I think a lot of the I think it's jealousy, to tell you the truth, because you're a household name for No Man's Sky. You really are. Like, if you ask anybody, hey, do you know any mods? And they'll say, yeah, Ray-Rob mods. and Space Pirate TV, you two are the ones that I think are on the tip of everybody's tongue as far as mods, and I think that makes a lot of people jealous.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly wish that we could just all work together. You know what I mean? Like, just get along. I know that's probably not going to happen, but like at the same time, it's like, you know, like, there was a time where this modding community was more so about working together, getting along, and respecting each other rather than fighting over titles or this and this and that, when everything belongs to Hello Games in the first place, despite the few exceptions of custom assets made in Blender that people own the rights to, or applications or this and that. You know what I mean? But like, it's like everyone loves the game. I mean, what I mean by that is, let me clarify, that some people, you know, they may want things this way. Other people may want things another way. I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with having your own preference for something. And the idea of stealing someone else's idea just because you had a similar idea is absurd. You know what I mean? That's the way that I feel about it. Like, it's like I've been locked away just doing my own thing, and because someone happened to have a similar idea, I auto-stole it when I didn't even know about it. And the other thing is that all these other people had similar ideas, but I don't see anyone pointing at those people. It's just me. And
well, I tell you what, you know, it's a real crappy move, them banning you from some of these websites that you could use to get the word out. But I tell you what, the Facebook groups that I manage and run, you're always welcome there, and I won't allow drama at all to follow you there. I'll make sure of that. And my website, anytime you have an update, you could publish a post, you could put it there, get your word out. There's nothing anybody can do about that. So, and you're always welcome to come on the show and talk and say, you know, what you need to say. So I will do everything that I can possibly do to make sure that you have an outlet.
Thanks, Cobra. I really appreciate that you're always looking out for me, man. And likewise, if you need anything, let me know. Anybody else here, if anyone has any mod requests, if it's reasonable, if I can do it, I will make it for you.
You know, I don't even play.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I don't even play on PC. I play on PlayStation 4. And the only modder that I know by name is Ray-Rod. And so that lets you know right there that, like, the reason why they're coming after you probably, and you're not hearing about other people who have similar ideas getting dogged on, is because you're the most popular one and the most well-known one. And like Cobra said, it's a lot of jealousy. And people who love No Man's Sky, we're all real similar with regard to like the way we think and the reasons why we like the game. So it's no secret that if you were locked in a separate room, people would come up with similar ideas because we all like the game for similar reasons. So I think what you're doing is cool, man. It sucks that people are giving you a hard time about it out there, but your mods are sick. I watch them on YouTube. I don't even get to play them. I just enjoy looking at them. So I mean, you know, you're badass, man. You know. Yeah,
man. You got a huge community that is backing you, dude. I don't think anybody in the No Man's Sky community has any bad thing to say about you. So ignore all that drama. Who cares? I don't think there's anything that they can say to the mass community of No Man's Sky that would turn in their opinion. And they'd have to Photoshop something to tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of scary to think the possibility that I'm stooping that low to do that. But just ignore the drama, make it just a one-sided conversation, and just stay with the community here. That's the only advice I can give you.
And thanks, man. I received that, and I just wanted to say to Panda, right? Panda? Was it who the other person who was talking?
Yeah, Panda.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thanks for that encouragement, man. It means a lot. I appreciate it.
Sometimes it takes Panda a while to. I don't know if it's internet.
That's all right. But yeah, man. You know, like, I don't leave for a few simple reasons. I feel like that's exactly what some people would want. And other than that, there are a lot of people who do know what's going on and do care about it. And then there's just people who have nothing to do with all of that craziness, and they're excited. A lot of people are excited. There's a lot of people who use it. Like, I'm not just going to cut loose and leave people who like to use something that really is my work. And every single other asset used by anyone else, is in the credit documentation. It's on my videos. It's in the download. So I really don't see the issue. There is no issue. There's no real issue unless somebody tries to fabricate something or make something to be something that is not. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But I'll just move on from that. Just keep doing what I'm doing so I can get this thing released, hopefully, upload it to, like what you said, right? So yeah.
Right, exactly. I'm going to invite a guest on the show that, as much as I try, there might be some cursing. So it's our awesome friend Tim. I know a lot of people remember Tim, and so I'm going to invite Tim on the show. I don't know how well this is going to go. But we're at the end of the show, so we'll see what happens with good old Tim coming on. Uh-oh, Panda just left. Maybe that's uh-oh. Oh, Panda's back.
All dropped.
Okay.
I'm not as bad as you think, my good friend.
What's going on, buddy?
Not much. I finally got my tablet working, so I'm here with you folks. You find No Man's Sky and other game folks. What's going on,
I miss you, dude.
People?
It's been too long.
It has. I agree. But like I said, I'm either working or too drunk to even function my tablet. So, hey, I'm here.
We got Ray Rod on the call. He was talking about the mods that he was doing. Are you
I
on
was
PS4
listening and watching the video. So it makes me so jealous that I don't have a PC.
Right. Yep. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
When all of this is done, I'm probably going to play on my PS4, believe it or not.
You're going to what?
When all of this is done, I'm probably going to play No Man's Sky on my PS4.
What's going on with being able to mod the PS4?
Well, I mean, like, there are people who do mod PS4, just not for No Man's Sky. There are people with a low-key jailbreak And then there are people with exploits. One of my friends was the first person to get a real-time modding tool injected into his PS4 for GTA V. I do come from the Grand Theft Auto modding scene in the past, where I coded a mod menu for PS3, one of the first in assembly. I kind of learned a bit in 2 months and made that. But on PS4 right now, like modding No Man's Sky, nah, I don't think that can be done right now. But I do have the No Man's Sky disk unpacked on my PC, and I've seen some of the files from it. I've been looking at it in Hex, and I'm waiting for a way to decrypt it so that I can learn about the PS4 build, which I'm sure is different in many ways.
As far as GTA goes, the jetpack exists.
Oh yeah.
So GTA 4 on the PS3, right? Or are you talking about 5?
5.
Oh, okay. I see. One of my favorite games other than No Man's Sky was Grand Theft Auto 4, The Ballad of Gay Tony. I played that game nonstop online for over 6 years.
Me too. Me and one of my other GameStop friends, we would like get into an open room and hide somewhere on top of a skyscraper with the game set to private, and we would find the sniper rifle that had the explosive rounds, and we'd wait. Yeah. And then once we got the sniper rifles with explosive rounds, we'd hide somewhere on a skyscraper and then make the game public and wait for people to join in, and it was sad for them.
Did you ever see the pilots in the game?
I saw some in GTA 5. 5. Besides us in 4, yeah. I mean, in 4, it was usually me and him. It was very rare we would get other people in the game. It was a little sad, to be honest. I think they just left us alone because they knew we'd kill them.
Yeah, I used to play GTA 4, and I was a pilot. So I was the guy in the buzzard that was doing the dog fights with other people. And then when we would get bored, we would just start, spawn killing people to clear the room.
I'm
so
curious
that was
if I've ever hid from you.
Yeah, it's the only Grand Theft Auto game I think that's not on PS4. And with LA Noire getting ported over to PS4 recently, it's like I want GTA 4 so bad. Maybe it's a good thing that it's not on PS4 because I don't think I'd play anything else.
Rumors went around for years that they were going to add Liberty City to GTA 5. And then Rockstar comes out with this crazy announcement claiming that no single-player DLC, and that just, well,
the thing is, I want to play online, and I want the old helicopter mechanics because it was harder to pilot in GTA 4, so which means you had to practice in order to be good at it. And then GTA 5, they're easy to fly, but they got the turbulence, which makes it impossible. Not impossible, but harder to aim on people in a dogfight. And it's just, they changed it. And I would like just a regular port. Don't improve the graphics. Don't touch the mechanics of the helicopters. Just port it over, let me play it, and give us multiplayer back.
Can I cuss one time?
No.
Okay, well,
what do you need to say? What do you need to say?
Wish in one hand, crap in the other one. See which one fills up first.
Well, the thing is, with GTA 4, I think I know why it's not on PS4. Because Leslie Benzies, he was the president of Rockstar North, and they fired him. They let him go, and now he's suing Rockstar for $150 million. And he was responsible for Grand Theft Auto 3, 4, 5, and GTA Online. So
this is going to be a premiere online as far as the theory goes. I believe I know why they fired him, and I believe I know why he's suing. Of course, he was pretty well the star behind the story and everything. Anybody that's played GTA 5 sees the image of the jetpack, sees all of these hidden symbolism throughout the game that gives away at something that is obvious by now doesn't exist, and Rockstar is openly admitted is not going to add. I believe Mr. Benzies, however you pronounce his name, knew or thought to himself that all of this was in the game at launch. That's why the older versions of the game for PS3 and 360 had more hints, and then they added extra stuff into it. I think he realized what was going on, and before he had a chance to say anything, I almost feel like they got rid of him and concentrated strictly on the online perspective of the game. And he just kind of, well, I'd be pissed off too if I worked since GTA 3 and such on up, you know?
Right. Yeah. Yep. I agree with you 100%. But I really think that's the reason why GTA 4 hasn't made its way to PS4 yet, because it's caught up in a lawsuit.
Yeah. That, and I can't help it. I can't help but believe that Leslie Benzies thought that all of this stuff was somewhere in the game hidden, and he thought it was well hidden enough for people to eventually find. And then after all of this time, maybe he attempted to find it himself. Who knows? And realized it wasn't. They fired him before everything went down, concentrated strictly online, and he's aggravated. I mean, there's more to it than that, of course, but
yeah.
I think I got the gist. Yeah.
Yeah, so Ray Rod, what time frame are we looking at for a complete release?
I mean, I honestly don't have an estimated time available, but I am hoping to polish a few things up and get a beta and continue to update that beta until it's fully done, so that in the meantime, you know, in beta form, you know, people can test it and have fun with it. Because there's a lot that I plan to do, and even after it's fully finished, I plan to keep working on it. And when the update hits, I'll just update everything. So I'm not worried about that.
Have fun, PC gamers.
Hey, Tim, what are you playing nowadays?
PS4. I added you. I found you and I added you, and you haven't accepted me yet. So
oh my God, there's so many notifications on my PS4. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I'm Taco Poop 88. Easy. Taco Poop. Everybody,
okay,
listen.
I'll look for you, man. I'll look for you. No, I mean, by what game? What game have you been playing a lot lately?
Well, I only technically own 3 games, which No Man's Sky, Megaton Rainfall, and Grand Theft Auto 5. They're the only 3 that I own. But where I work at GameStop now, I can check out things and play them. So, hey, yeah.
Oh, you work at GameStop, huh?
Again, for the 3rd time. Long story.
Right.
Another episode.
Okay. You are very, your personality is very colorful, man. I want you to, okay, I'm walking into GameStop.
No idea,
I want to
brother.
see what it's like to walk into a GameStop with Tim. So I walk into a GameStop and I'm looking around.
Hey, man, what's going on? What can I help you find today? What you want to do? You want to play some Normandy, World War II, Call of Duty? You want to play some Battlefield 1? Man, me neither. It's all right, but they could have done better. Wolfenstein's good, but it's a bunch of Nazis, you know, and you got to kill them Nazis with crazy controls. You know how that goes.
Hey, I see No Man's Sky's on clearance. I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, I got in an argument with someone over No Man's Sky because they swore to everything in the world that Sean Murray got put in prison over everything that went on with No Man's Sky, and it just didn't work. By the time they left the store, I believe I'm not going to say they thought I was redneck because they're from the same place as I am. They're probably worse than I am. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. But I will share this experience, and hopefully I won't get fired. Had a person come in and ask strictly for the Nintendo 1 Star Wars World War II, and if we didn't have it, they's going to sue us.
Star Wars World War II.
No, Nintendo 1 Star Wars World War II. You think it sounds funny when I say it.
Was it a grandparent?
No, as weird as it is, it's been like 5 years since I set foot in the place, and I feel like I've saw them before when I was there last time.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was an odd situation. We just tried to convince them that they were wrong, and it just I don't know. Maybe there was some.
It's the Mandela effect.
It was Mandela or amphetamines. It was one of the two. Maybe a little of both. Who knows? You know, it was sad, but it was awesome. Just refer to me as taco poop from now on. It'd be easier.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna end the show here probably about 8 o'clock, and that's about 8 minutes. You guys want to bring up anything?
No Man's Sky.
Okay.
I know. One big thing, and it may be because maybe you mentioned it earlier. I missed the beginning of the show, thanks to Facebook being a bad word that if I said that, well, besides the point. The sandworms, are they in the game at all? Were they ever in the game, or was it just one of those random levels that No Man's Sky or like Hello Games made for like 10 seconds?
It might be the latter part, but thanks to Ray Rod, he's got a little bit to say about the sandworms.
I need to know about the worms, man. I miss the worms, and I've never even seen them, but by God, I miss them.
Great. So
that's it.
So I like when I've been looking through the files, like sure, there's a lot of other people have found things, but like I found things too, and I it's like the more that I look, the more I keep finding things that aren't used in the game that look similar to or exactly identical to the E3 trailers or like pre-release footage, like the sandworms. That's been a very confusing thing. However, what I do suspect is that it was probably an alternate ID of a specific model. So I opened up what is called the model viewer by it was developed by someone named Greg K. Waste, where you can view the models of the game. Okay, so I looked in this stuff for the flying worm, and I was messing around with the alternate IDs, and I managed to assemble something that looked really close to the trailer, and I still need to test it in game to see how it comes out. Other than that, I looked and I have not seen anything else related to sandworms. I know that the shark shown in the new Eridu footage, it's the Infinite Worlds trailer, I believe. No, it's the original, very first trailer of No Man's Sky, where it starts off underwater and there's like a shark swimming by. Yeah. Well,
everybody wondered if the shark would eat you or not.
Yeah, that model is actually in the game. It's just an unused asset, and I'm actually trying to bring that back. Like, I've been looking at these trailers and also other pre-release footage, and I've been using them as 3D concept art to actually recreate those exact planets based off of what I'm seeing in those videos and also in pictures and also on the PS4 build on the older date. So just trying to recreate exactly what I see there. But
I have a
No,
continue. This is just an idea.
Oh, that's all. Go ahead. Sorry.
It's a no. My bad as far as that goes, but I have a quick idea that I've actually shared with Hello Games sober. I was sober when I did it. But I think I figured out an easy way they could incorporate the sandworms without actually rendering them totally as the way they did. I mean, I'm not a programmer or anything, but it's a neat little idea. The canyons on most planets where it'll be flat and then there's giant canyons.
Right.
Well, just like a circular canyon that connects from end to end. It doesn't have to be a circle. I mean, it can look like a 2-year-old drew it on a thing and be like, look, there's a circle. Or anything, just... while you're on the planet, the only thing that triggers while you're walking around on the planet is like maybe a rumble or something, and the screen shakes a little. When you find the canyon, you fall down into the canyon, and it's just a normal canyon, except it's, just deep and rounded. You're walking through it, caves and such, in the walls of the canyon, and then maybe the screen will rumble again, and for that split second, the worm will spawn just off screen around a curve, fly through that part of the canyon, big ass worm, and then just keep going, and then the screen keep rumbling, then it's gone. It'd be quick and generally easier than, it would only be rendered for a short amount of time, so it couldn't affect the game much, and it stays within that canyon, as in, kind of like those were the trails of the worm through, wood or something,
I think that's
I
awesome.
guess if yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea, man.
I think that's awesome of an idea. I think that might be something that Hello Games would actually have to add with official tools, because dealing with scripted events, I think actually requires certain things that that only they have access to, and I'm pretty sure if they tried, they could do a far better job than I could. With that.
That's true, but you'd be able to give them the idea that a weird little redneck dude from Kentucky can't. You really think? You think they're going to read half of my random emails and be like, "Oh Lord, there's that taco throwing some crazy stuff at us again."
You know what I think would be possible though? There are certain spawners. Well, there are certain things in the game which can trigger certain events that is still being looked into. Actually, my friend Monkey Man is working on something called MMSDK, No Man's Sky Development Kit. I believe it stands for. It's basically just the updated name of what people would use Blender for to export things into No Man's Sky format. But inside of there, I believe he's working on something that has to do with triggers or action events, different things like that can trigger other events in game. But I'd have to check with him. I can't really say because I don't really use Blender that much.
Yeah, well, we got a lot of people in the chat singing happy birthday. Text singing happy birthday.
Let's all sing him happy birthday. We got to sing him.
No.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say thank you guys.
Come on. On the count of three. Ready? We got to sing it. Are we going to do Cobra? Yeah, Cobra. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Am I alone? Come on. Happy birthday to you. Come on, you effers. Happy birthday, dear Cobra. Oh, man, come on. I feel alone here. Happy birthday to you. Yeah. I should have drank more.
Thank you, Tim.
You're very welcome.
I wanted to... Thanks, man. I wanted to bring up to Ray Rod. We don't have sandworms per se, but we do have giant worms in the sky. Is it difficult to mod those to come down on the ground a little bit, and maybe even destroy the terrain the way that we can?
Actually, that's similar to what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
So basically, those flying those flying worms in the sky, they're procedural, and in other words, there's a lot of different parts. There's a lot of different parts in the model scene which can cause it to generate a certain way or appear a certain way, and it's possible to use what is called as alternate IDs to assign specific parts to make something look a certain way. So when I actually opened up the flying worm, I tried to assemble something that looked like the sandworm from the trailer, because I have a feeling it may be possible that is the same file that the sandworm was in, but it's just changed up a lot. That's all.
Maybe render the size up on it. I mean, I don't know how the stuff works, but it seems like everything in the game is a specific image compared to the looking giant chicken things from the trailer. The same trailer the sandworm was in, the two-legged thing, they're in the game now, except they're only about 5 foot at most. I mean, is it possible to just the mathematics, make the size bigger?
Yeah, there's a file called the creature data table where you can actually change the minimum and the max scale of creatures, and that's one of the things that's going to be in my mod. I'm working on. Actually, Space Pirate TV made something similar to that. He did something different, and it's really awesome. You should check it out. It's called Fantastic Beasts.
That'd be nice if I had a PC, but everybody else with a PC, check it out and then tell me about it so I can complain about it with my accent.
Yeah, yeah. I think he did a great job. So it's actually possible to scale up creatures. You know, I think it's possible to make them skyscraper size. Like I tried that on an E3 Rhino in the past, and it was like gigantic. So you can do that. I'll add that.
Can you make them attack people?
Yeah, creatures, they can have a predator or a prey role.
Oh, wow. Sweet Mother Mary, Jesus, Mother Mary, Joseph, and Abraham Lincoln. That is the scariest thing for any No Man's Sky player is something flying in the sky, diving at them, trying to kill them.
Hey, Tim, shout out your YouTube channel, buddy.
I don't remember right off. I'm in another room. That's
you don't
sad.
remember your YouTube channel name?
Well, I do, but I usually just upload to Facebook. Find me on Facebook. You know, I mean, It's been a while. I still have the Atlas, the Atlas project. I have a full script now. I thought I was going to have it in like 2 weeks' time and have the video done, but it took me like 2 months to write the script. But it's using strictly the assets from the PS4 game, just the video recording from PS4. That's all I'm using. I'm trying to make it in one take, and it's like a story of what if a person from like right now, like if I went to bed, sitting here talking to you, and I go to bed and then wake up, holy crap, I'm in No Man's Sky. What do I do next?
Yeah,
it's complicated, but it's got a neat little. I put a lot of work into it, and it'll take me. I don't know how long it'll take. It's just me doing it, so who knows?
Okay.
I'm trying.
I'm interested, man. Okay, I'll keep a lookout, and when I see it, I'll throw it on the blog. I'll put it on the website.
I'll be throwing it on Cobra TV first. That'll be my first post. I mean, it'll upload to my Facebook page, and
right.
From then on,
Okay, all right. And Panda, like always, shout out your YouTube channel, buddy.
Yeah, it's called The Hidden Panda Show. Like, subscribe, check out our videos. You know, we're uploading a lot more consistently now. I co-own the channel with Hidden Jew Agenda. Add us on PSN. My PSN name's PandaPoopy1. Tim, I really want you on a live stream. I don't think you have any idea how bad I want this to happen. And you got to find me on PSN.
Taco Poop 88, man. Add me on PSN. Taco Poop 88. It's one big word. Taco Poop 88.
See, Tim, this is what I'm talking about. Both of our PSN names have the word poop in there, man. It's meant to be.
It was, man. I was drunk. I wanted a taco, and I needed to poop.
There we go.
There you go. Exactly. See, jinx. Aren't you glad I called in, Cobra?
If anybody wants to find
Ray Rod, you're awesome. I see a lot of your stuff all the time, and I get so jealous. It makes me sad.
The dude is such a household name that all you have to do is Google Ray Rod, and almost anything will come up that has anything to do with him. For YouTube, search Ray Rod No Man's Sky. He pops right up. So he's very searchable. Check him out. Keep up to date. He's always uploading videos, man, of some really cool stuff that makes me jealous because I can't play it due to my PC right now, but I will soon.
Got a PC. I ain't gonna say. I'll be nice.
Yeah.
I love you, Hello Games. I didn't mean to call you something earlier. Stuff happens, I'm refraining from cursing. My natural instinct.
All right. I want to thank everybody for coming on the show. Tim, you got to stop by more often, please, and hook up with Panda. Go on his show too.
Hi, Panda. I apologize.
I already added you on PSN, Tim. So whenever you're ready, I'm ready, buddy.
Well, Cobra's playing on my PlayStation as we speak in the opposite room. So once I get in there and quit hearing my echo and then realize how stupid I sound, by God, I'll add you.
Well, thanks, man.
All right, Panda. Tim, Ray Rod, thank you so much, guys, for coming on the show tonight. It's been an amazing show.
Not a problem. Thanks for bearing with me, folks.
Thank you, Cobra. Happy birthday.
All right,
Happy
thanks, man.
birthday to you.
And thank you, everybody who came out to the chat, who watched the show and chatted out there and said happy birthday. Thank you for coming by. And it's been an amazing time. And I'm going to start doing these more often, even if I can't come on camera. So, also the links for the Discord for Smalland, I'm going to put in the video when it finally goes up on YouTube, but it might not happen until morning, just because I think I'm going to have to eat and run, go to work.
Last thought, too, on my end. Hamsters have no religion. Long story, another episode.
You heard it here first, guys. All right, everybody. I'll see you later. Everybody stay safe, stay alive, and I'll see you next time we go live.
I love y'all. Be good, man.
All right,
Take care, guys.
Take care.
Bye.